The United Auto Workers National Agreement with the Domestic Three is signed, sealed, and delivered. And now the companies are in the process of executing what they agreed to.
And local business editor Rob Maloney telling us tonight one of the first orders of business at Stellantis is to change the Mopar Parts operation. He joins us now live with details on that. Ron?
Yeah, good evening. You know, this is one of those things that was really big as part of the strike. It was discussed quite a bit. And one of the things that came out of it was that Stellantis really needed to make upgrades in the Mopar operation. And so that became central to their negotiations. And now we're finding out that they're out shopping for property in order to make all of that happen. During the UAW stand-up strike, UAW President Shawn Fain put the Stellantis regional parts distribution centers on strike in the second wave of walkouts, pointing out lower-tiered workers needed regular UAW pay. For its part, Stellantis wanted to bring its aging and often crumbling parts distribution centers into the current century, make them more efficient and run something like an Amazon delivery operation. The company gave the union a choice: more jobs with fewer and new facilities, or fewer jobs where they are now. So, the UAW Stellantis national contract remakes the entire parts system. Here in Metro Detroit, that means closing the old warehouses and moving the workforce into one big new one. Stellantis will merge the Mopar Centerline Parts Distribution Center, the Centerline Warehouse and Packaging Unit, the Warren PDC, and the Sherwood PDC into one operation. Right now, all of these facilities are just yards apart. The UAW contract specifies a $30 million investment into about a 4 million square foot warehouse and launch in 2026. To find enough open space, it's likely to require a move out into the country. Local 4 News has learned one such possibility could be the old Romeo Golf Course at 32 Mile in Van Dyke. In a statement today, the company said, quote, during the 2023 UAW negotiations, the company agreed to establish a regional mega hub, PDC, in the Detroit metro area. However, the company is not in any discussions about a specific site or property at this time, end quote. And that's a statement you'd expect, because oftentimes when getting into negotiations or shopping for things, prices go up depending on who's looking to buy it, and that could easily be the case. We've reached out to the Village of Romeo. They say they know nothing about this, and so this is all sort of a flexible process, as it were, but they're going to have to find some place to put this warehouse and soon. Back to you.
So, Rob, what does this mean then to the workforce?
Well, you know, that's interesting because you're talking about Centerline and Warren, and if you end up in Romeo or someplace out in the country, it could be a distance, and there is a distance that the union would end up forcing the company to pay $37,500 as a relocation fee. But the union told me today that they didn't think that this was going to be so far that many people would end up having to get paid that. So it'll be interesting to watch as this moves forward.
Sure will. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you, Rod.